Hey everybody, Cap here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for our monthly Army story. As always, none of these stories are intended to... I guess I'll leave that in and start all over again. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Cap, this is my place. It's time for our monthly Army story. As always, none of these stories are intended to make me look like I'm some sort of big friggin' hero, because believe me, I'm not. These are just true stories of things that I witnessed or directly participated in, and they're all the just weird or silly things that young guys get themselves into when they're living together in a barracks or out on deployment. So having said that, let's get started. So before I start the story, language warning, I'm quoting somebody else, so get young ears, and you tiny folks, get them out of the room. Some of this not appropriate for their ears. All right? And we're back. All right. One of the things with active military service is there are a lot of young folks who are on their own for the first time, and when you're in garrison, a lot of them get into the habit of proving their manhood by seeing just how much beverage alcohol their liver can deal with. And that can lead to physical or psychological addiction. It's called alcoholism. And so many young service members, unfortunately, find themselves being high-functioning alcoholics. Well, Saudi Arabia, being a Muslim country, is a dry country. Not just because it's a desert, there is no beverage alcohol at all. And so you can imagine, after 6 or 8 weeks of deployment, just how desperate somebody who's, well, a drunk would be to have a drink. Well, we know for a fact, those of us who went on deployment with 72nd Engineer Company, that some of the guys made a still. Yeah, they got some IV tubing from one of the medics, or perhaps, well, stole it from one of the medics, or ganked it out of a combat lifesaver bag, and don't know what the container was. Perhaps a 5-gallon water jug. We used to go to what was called the Saudi store up on the Saudi Expressway there, which was designed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And we usually went there to get things like ramen type soups and flats of pop. And so what these guys did in this other platoon in the company is they bought fresh fruit and they bought yeast. Oh well, you know what that equals. Thing is, apparently somebody couldn't contain himself and consumed the mash. Yeah, partially fermented mash will go through your digestive system like something goes through a goose. I think the word is shit through a goose. And this intoxicated person was sick in the shower. And because he was intoxicated and sick, or perhaps hungover and sick, he released the contents of his bowels and then left the shower. And, well, First Sergeant R decided that he needed to go take a shower because, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. Good personal hygiene is important, including on deployment. And he found this filth. We had a weekly company formation, and we suspect that he had spent several sleepless nights with a pen and a legal pad, trying to come up with something spicy to say at the company formation, and well, that's exactly what Top did. We went through all the usual business at company formation, promotions, announcements, that kind of thing. And then we were treated to this following gem. And I quote, "And if you're the sorry, decrepit son of a bitch who shit in my shower, your mama sucks dicks and your daddy's a punk if you knew him. The shower is closed for a week." Because one drunk guy took a crap in the shower, 250 guys ought to not be able to use it and ought to have to bathe themselves out of their canteen cups. Yeah, it makes sense. Good leadership there. But hey, that's the story of the first sergeant, some poop, and the shower. If you found this vaguely amusing, or even if you disapprove, please remember to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, and leave a politely worded comment in the comment section down below. All those free for you things to do. Tell YouTube to please share the video with more people. New videos every Wednesday, or Mondays, or Fridays, as weird stuff pops into my otherwise empty head. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.